Throughout history, nature has unleashed devastating disasters that have wiped out cities, reshaped landscapes, and claimed millions of lives. In this video, we take a look at the deadliest and most destructive natural disasters ever recorded. The 2004 Indian Ocean Tsunami. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami was one of the deadliest natural disasters in modern history. It all began with a massive undersea earthquake off the coast of Sumatra, Indonesia, which registered a magnitude of approximately 9.1. This powerful quake displaced an enormous volume of water, triggering a series of devastating tsunamis that swept across the shores of several countries bordering the Indian Ocean. Coastal regions in Indonesia, Sri Lanka, India, Thailand, and several other countries were severely affected. The tsunamis claimed over 230,000 lives, making it one of the deadliest natural disasters in history. Hurricane Katrina, 2005. Hurricane Katrina, 2005, was one of the most catastrophic natural disasters in U.S. history. Striking the Gulf Coast in August 2005, it was a powerful Category 3 hurricane when it made landfall. However, the true devastation came from the failure of New Orleans' levee system, which led to catastrophic flooding of much of the city. The disaster resulted in the loss of over 1,800 lives and displaced hundreds of thousands of residents, causing long-lasting trauma and upheaval in affected communities. The destruction wrought by Katrina was enormous, with damages estimated at tens of billions of dollars. The widespread loss of property, infrastructure, and livelihoods highlighted the enormous scale of the disaster. The 1931 China floods. The 1931 China floods were one of the most destructive natural disasters in recorded history, with an estimated death toll ranging from 1 million to 4 million, though some estimates say it killed about 4 million. The floods affected central China, particularly provinces along the Yangtze and Yellow rivers. It's remembered for huge loss of life and widespread devastation across the region. This catastrophe is considered one of the deadliest in history due to the impact on both the population and infrastructure. Heavy rainfall, unusually heavy and prolonged rainfall during the monsoon season was a primary cause. This deluge led to the rivers overflowing their banks, entire communities were submerged, leading to massive displacement, destruction of crops, infrastructure damage, and long-term economic hardship. The floods disrupted food supplies and contributed to widespread famine, compounding the human tragedy. The recovery was slow, and the disaster had lasting effects on regional development and population dynamics. The 1931 China floods remain a sobering reminder of nature's overwhelming power and the vulnerabilities of densely populated regions to extreme weather events. The scale of the disaster led to changes in flood control and water management policies in China, as efforts were made in subsequent years to build better levee systems and implement more effective disaster response strategies. The 1970 Bola cyclone. The 1970 Bola cyclone remains one of the deadliest tropical cyclones in recorded history. Striking in November 1970, it devastated the low-lying, densely populated coastal regions of East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, and West Bengal, India. The cyclone brought an enormous storm surge that inundated coastal communities, destroyed homes, leveled infrastructure, and ruined vast areas of agricultural land. This led to a catastrophic humanitarian crisis with millions left homeless. Estimates indicate that between 300,000 and 500,000 people lost their lives due to the combined effects of high winds, storm surge, and flooding. The inadequate response to the disaster by the ruling authorities significantly contributed to public discontent. The tragedy played a pivotal role in fueling the independence movement in Bangladesh, as the suffering and perceived neglect highlighted deep-seated political and administrative issues. The Bola cyclone underscored the urgent need for improved disaster preparedness, early warning systems, and resilient infrastructure in vulnerable regions. Its impact has since influenced both regional policy reforms and international approaches to disaster management. The 1986 Chernobyl disaster. The 1986 Chernobyl disaster is one of the worst nuclear accidents in history. On April 26, 1986, Reactor 4 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant near Pripyat, Ukraine, then part of the Soviet Union, experienced a catastrophic failure. A combination of a flawed reactor design and critical mistakes during a safety test led to an uncontrollable reaction and a series of explosions, releasing vast amounts of radioactive material into the atmosphere. Approximately 300,000 people were evacuated from the surrounding areas to minimize radiation exposure. The released radioactive material contaminated large areas of Ukraine, Belarus, and Russia, leading to the creation of a vast, exclusion zone, where human habitation is restricted. It remains a stark reminder of the potential risks of nuclear power, influencing energy policies and public opinion on nuclear energy. The site of the disaster has become a powerful symbol of environmental and technological caution, serving as a lasting lesson on the importance of safety in nuclear energy production. The 2010 Haiti earthquake. The 2010 Haiti earthquake occurred on January 12, 2010, with a magnitude of 7.0. It struck near Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince, and caused widespread destruction. Over 200,000 people died, and more than 300,000 were injured, while millions were displaced. Infrastructure, including buildings, roads, and government buildings, was severely damaged or destroyed. It stands as one of the deadliest earthquakes in modern history. This event garnered significant humanitarian response internationally. Here's the end of the video.